So friends, let us talk about the achievements of Niels Bohr. He has given us 4 postulates. तो इन 4 postulates को देने के बाद ने बोर को कितनी सक्सेस मिली और उसने एटम के बारे में क्या क्या चीजें और बताई. ओके, ही वॉज एबल टू कैलकुलेट 3 थिंग्स: द स्पीड ऑफ रिवॉल्विंग इलेक्ट्रॉन, द रेडियस ऑफ रिवॉल्विंग इलेक्ट्रॉन एंड द एनर्जी ऑफ रिवॉल्विंग इलेक्ट्रॉन. Now these 3 parameters, if you have calculated, you have achieved a lot in revealing the structure of atom. Let us see how did he reach the speed of electron. So here we have an atom with atomic number Z. So the positive charge on its nucleus will be plus Ze. Here I have an electron who is moving with speed v in an orbit of radius r. So I will start with the Bohr's postulate. The second postulate which says that, the first postulate which says that centripetal force is provided by electrostatic force. What is centripetal force? mv square by r. What is electrostatic force between this electron and this nucleus? K q1 q2 upon r square. Electrostatic constant K. Charge of nucleus, charge of electron divided by square of distance between them. Now see, in this equation R cancels out, and from this equation, the next part, we will be getting the radius. What is the radius? Kz e square upon mv square. Now this is not a very relevant equation. Why? Because radius is given in terms of one more thing which is not known to us. What is that? Velocity या speed. तो radius को speed की terms में ही हमें बताया जा रहा है, तो ये कोई valid equation नहीं है. तो थोड़ा सा और आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let us use the quantization condition. According to quantization condition, angular momentum is equals to nh upon 2 pi. So from here I can calculate the radius by bringing mv on the other side. R is equals to nh upon 2 pi mv. Now this equation is of radius from quantization condition. This equation is again of radius by nuclear concept. But both these equations are of the same radius, so I can equate equation 1 and equation 2. Okay. So kz e square by mv square is equals to nh upon 2 pi mv. After doing this calculation, see m will straight away cancel, v will cancel 1 power of v, and what we get is kz e square by v is equals to nh upon 2 pi. Alright, now from here the speed, यहाँ से आपको स्पीड का फॉर्मूला पकड़ना है, एंड दैट इज 2 pi kz e square upon nh. Now this seems to be a very valid equation, a useful equation, because 2 is constant, pi k e square h, all these are constant. तो इन constants को हम एक तरफ लिख देते हैं, तो क्या आएगा? This bracket, whatever inside this bracket is a constant, 2 pi k e square upon h. What is different is z and n. n क्या होगा यहाँ पे? n is the principal quantum number. यहाँ पे इस equation में what was n? n was an integer. What is n in this equation? The same integer becomes the principal quantum number in this equation. अब ये principal quantum number क्या होता है? कुछ नहीं, very simple. If electron is in the first orbit, principal quantum number is 1. If it is in the second orbit, principal quantum number is 2. If it is in the fourth orbit, principal quantum number is 4. That is all. That is always an integer. Just like this was always an integer. Okay, so this is the speed v of the electron. After separating this, I am doing something, because I am finding what? I am finding the speed of revolving electron. I will always try to compare this with the speed of light. So for that comparison, I am dividing this with the speed of light and multiplying this with the speed of light. कंपैरिजन के लिए मैंने स्पीड ऑफ लाइट से डिवाइड और मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया, बट स्पीड ऑफ लाइट इज अगेन ए कांस्टेंट. Okay, now whatever value of this bracket is, it is equal to 1 upon 137. What is it? 1 upon 137. This number is also known by the name of alpha or fine structure constant. So replacing this with alpha, what I get? Speed is equals to alpha c z n. What is c? Speed of light. Z, atomic number. N, principal quantum number, integer. Clear? So this is the final equation of speed of revolving electron. Now one special case which we have to learn every now and then, that is for hydrogen atom. For hydrogen atom, see, in equation number 3, Z becomes equal to 1. So if I put this equals to 1, what is V? Alpha into C upon N. Okay, and one more thing. Ratio of speed, ratio of electron speed in the first orbit, second orbit, third orbit. We can see from this equation V is inversely proportional to N. That means N increases, V decreases. तो इलेक्ट्रॉन की हाईएस्ट स्पीड कहां होती है? फर्स्ट ऑर्बिट में, where the value of N is equals to 1. In the second orbit, whatever is the speed in the first orbit, it gets divided by 2. In the third orbit, whatever is the speed of electron in the first orbit, it gets divided by 3 and then 4 and then so on. Okay? All right? Now, अभी एक fascinating सी चीज बताता हूं मैं, not related to the syllabus. See, if you have grasped this, तो पहले इसको अच्छी तरह से अगर आपने grasp कर लिया, तो you would see that the speed of electron is alpha. In the equation number 3, alpha c z n. तो अगर एटम हाइड्रोजन वाला है, कौन सा? अगर एटम हाइड्रोजन का है तो फर्स्ट ऑर्बिट में उसकी स्पीड कितनी होगी? अल्फा इंटू सी. ऑल राइट, अल्फा इंटू सी इंटू जेड. चलो ये भी लिख देते हैं, हाइड्रोजन एटम के लिए नहीं, किसी भी एटम के लिख देते हैं. ऑर्बिट कौन सा है? फर्स्ट ऑर्बिट है, तो n इज इक्वल्स टू 1. द वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा इज 1 by 137 C and Z. Okay, that means in the hydrogen atom, what is the speed of revolving electron? 1 upon 137 of the speed of light. यानी स्पीड ऑफ लाइट लो, उसको 137 से डिवाइड करो, वो स्पीड होगी इलेक्ट्रॉन की. कहां पर? कौन से एटम में? हाइड्रोजन के एटम में. कौन से ऑर्बिट में? फर्स्ट ऑर्बिट में. So this was the speed of electron. Follow all the videos one by one because this is based on a comparative study.